This is LEGO Marvel Superheroes, potentially the most beloved LEGO game and the most well received of all time, and my next platinum trophy. In order to earn this platinum, I have to collect over 200 characters, save 50 Stanleys in peril, collect 250 gold bricks, over 60 different vehicles, all 10 Deadpool red bricks, and 150 mini kits to achieve that sweet 100%. Will I be able to work my way through all these collectibles, game-breaking glitches, and a few crashes along the way, or will I fail miserably? So before this video, I already had 7 out of the 46 trophies, which are playing the first 5 levels for all their trophies, which I actually did on a Let's Play on this channel, which I'll leave linked down below. I also had 2 miscellaneous trophies, Falling with Style and Can't Hurt Me Bub, but I'm sure you're all dying to relive this game just like me, so I will still go over all the missions. Okay, so the story of this game follows various Marvel heroes and even a ton of villains, some known like Wolverine, Red Skull, Spider-Man, Doctor Doom of course, to lesser known ones like whatever the hell this is. The game opens up with Iron Man chasing after the Silver Surfer before they are rudely interrupted by a drone that may or may not have been controlled by Doctor Doom himself that blew up and shattered the Silver Surfer's board into these individual pieces known as cosmic bricks. We then see Doctor Doom on the phone with the god of trickery himself. We also see that Doom has gone out of his way to enlist every villain that he possibly can to help him conduct and construct his Doom Ray out of these cosmic bricks so that Doctor Doom can be the one and only ruler of Earth. However, not all these cosmic bricks landed in Doom's hands, and so we cut to Iron Man once again, now joined by the Incredible Hulk at Grand Central Station as they try to take it back from Sandman and Abomination. Yeah, some of these villain combinations are pretty out there, and the hero ones even get pretty crazy too. We eventually make our way to our first interactive boss fight as the Hulk against Abomination, but once we rather easily take him down, we then venture inside the station to battle against Sandman. This eventually drags onto the roof of the station, where we are then joined by the amazing Webhead himself. With his help, we take down the Sandman, and then that's the first mission complete. Second mission, we join Captain America and Mr. Fantastic as they head to the Baxter building to try and understand the use of these cosmic bricks, but of course, it's never that simple, and we are interrupted by Dr. Octavius as he tries to steal the brick. We then have to work our way through the Baxter building before we make it onto the roof, but it's not done just yet, because it keeps going and we end up in Town Square, now joined by Spider-Man once again. Now after a little boss fight, we almost get our hands back on the cosmic brick because we're so close, but before we can, yet another Spider-Man villain shows up and steals the brick from us. The next mission has us play as Scarlett Johansson and Hawkeye and Spider-Man as we track the Green Goblin back to Oscorp Tower. This mission is definitely one of my favorite and the most memorable, as halfway through the main villains switch from the Green Goblin to Venom, and I have never been jumpscared by a LEGO game like I have here. I even knew it was coming and it still got me once again. Comment down below if you're the same. Right after that, we have the 3v1 against Venom himself. We utilize his weaknesses of sound and fire, put an end to him, and with that, we complete yet another mission. Next mission has us back with Iron Man and the Incredible Mark Ruffalo on the raft after receiving word that someone has broken into the raft. A little bit out of the ordinary, but oh well. As soon as we reach the island, we are joined by Wolverine for the first time in this game, but most certainly not the last. And then my recording froze and I didn't even realize, so this frame is what the next 20 to 30 minutes of the mission looks like. But essentially, we battled against Sabretooth, Abomination again, and now Magneto. But sadly, Magneto got away, and during the commotion, other villains like Mandarin, Red Skull, and Loki all got out, leading into our future missions. During that commotion, Tony also had his suit wrecked by Magneto. So of course, the next course of action was to team up with the original Avenger and repair Tony's suit. This was a fun and oddly nostalgic mission, as we got to play through seeing and even using some of Iron Man's most iconic suits. We then see that Loki has teamed up with the Mandarin to steal one of Tony Stark's arc reactors. Once again, Loki manages to escape, but thankfully we are able to put the Mandarin and his buddies down for good. Hopefully. The next mission had us rejoining Black Widow and Hawkeye as they tracked down the signal of Iron Man's arc reactor to a secret underground Hydra base. We eventually joined by the Human Torch of all people, and after solving some definitely not challenging light beam puzzles, we eventually make it to the center of the base where we team up with Captain America and put an end to Red Skull, and we finally got our first trophy of the video. Next mission, we team up with Thor, the Human Torch, Captain America, and Wolverine for some reason to track down Loki to Asgard. This mission was alright, but most certainly carried by the odd combination of characters. But this mission was basically just a filler to explain how the X-Men became important. Basically, after defeating Loki, Wolverine steals the Tesseract and heads over to the X-Mission to see what Professor X has to say about it, and hopefully he can use it to find Magneto. But for now, we get another trophy and move on. The very next mission is just an X-Men mission. This is 100% one of the most beloved missions in the entire game. It's so sad that the X-Men barely got any attention in this game's sequel, and the Fantastic Four got the same treatment. I don't know why, but I suppose their game plot was already very full. During this mission, however, we made our way through the X-Mansion as it was under attack by Magneto and the Juggernaut, along with all these other B-lister villains. We start off with Cyclops and Jean Grey, but we slowly collect the other X-Men like Storm, Iceman, and finally Beast. We all team up to put an end to Juggernaut, but sadly, Magneto manages to slip away once more. Before jumping into the next mission, however, I decided to do a very easy task first. I first went and got my hands on the 2x stud multiplier to make getting True Believer on every mission for the ultimate True Believer trophy that much easier. I then got some super easy trophies such as making my first custom character, then naming said character Trevor for whatever reason, and for turning Mr. Fantastic into a teapot for the first time. The next mission called for a trip to Latveria to finally pay Dr. Doom a home visit, and who would be better for this than Marvel's first family, the Fantastic Four, and Nick Fury for some reason. I really shouldn't be surprised by these random combinations anymore, but hey, oh well. You start this mission off with just Mr. Fantastic, the Invisible Woman, and the Thing, but at the point in the mission where you team up with Johnny, the game continues to spawn endless enemies until you switch to Johnny. So I use this as a perfect opportunity to unlock the It's Clobbering Time achievement. You get this by defeating at least 100 enemies with the Thing, so I put this endless swarm of Doom bots to the test and got myself a trophy. I then continued with the mission, and at the end you had to face off against... What? Green Goblin? Why is he here? I know the villains are working together, and I said I shouldn't be surprised by this anymore, but seriously, what? Anyways, in true hero fashion, we fail to stop the big bad for now, and Dr. Doom gets away, but hey, we get another trophy. Next mission, we joined Iron Man, Thor, and Spider-Man once again, this time tracking Doom to an AIM submarine. We work out through battling against MODOK. Halfway through, we put him down just as we're about to do the same to Dr. Doom. He escapes in another submarine and rigs the giant one to blow. It looks like everything is over as the heroes are stuck in this sinking ship with the water quickly rising. But when all hope seems lost, Jean Grey of all people comes to our deep sea rescue. With no time to lose, we push on and finally get face to face with Dr. Doom and all his cosmic bricks, ending the mission and getting another trophy. But just as we finally have Doom in our custody, we are interrupted by the Statue of Liberty? Oh, it's Magneto controlling the metal giant. That makes more sense. Doom gets away once again, and now we must jump to our next group of heroes. Okay, so sorry to blue ball all of you, but before I jumped into the next mission, I went and got 2 more random trophies. The first one for breaking 50 cars at the Manhattan Hub, which was super easy and helped me get plenty of studs. I then managed to transform into the Hulk 50 times, which was a lot less fun considering I had to turn Hulk into Banner, then back into Hulk, then back into Banner, etc, etc. Meaning I had to do this a total of like 100 times, but eventually I did get the trophy. Okay, in the next mission, we team up with Wolverine, Mr. Fantastic, and the big green guy himself as they fight their way through and up the Statue of Liberty. The mission ended up with a boss fight against the guy that could control our minds, so basically we just fought against ourselves before being thrown away on top of the statue's head by Magneto himself, ended the mission and getting us another trophy. Now, using the Statue of Liberty, Magneto was able to power up his spaceship island thingy, so playing as Captain America and the Thing, we track him down to the island and begin to work our way towards him. After fighting our way through dinosaurs of all things, because why not, we eventually joined up with Storm and finally reached the boss fight against Rhino. This was easy enough, as despite him being a rhino, he basically just ran around charging headfirst into everything like a bull. And we eventually put him down and then realized that the Magneto we had been chasing had been Mystique for however long. So once again, the real Magneto escaped, but this time into space. Our next mission had us as Spider-Man, Thor, and Iron Man once again, now on Magneto's spaceship, trying to stop Dr. Doom, Loki, and Magneto for good. Pretty normal mission, just fighting our way through all these little Magneto NPCs before going against the real Magneto finally. Essentially, we'll just have to use each character's abilities respectfully to finally take Magneto down and get our next trophy. It is now time for the second last mission, where we team up with Captain America, Storm, the Thing once again, but this time Spider-Man is teamed up with them. Man, this game really loves Spider-Man, huh? Anyways, we work our way through, still on Magneto's spaceship, and most of the mission is the same as the last one until we reach the very end. Now it is time to finally stop Dr. Doom once and for all. Pretty easy boss fight, and the Thing finally gets to say his catchphrase.
Defeated? It cannot be! I'm Dr. Doom! Sorry, Doc, but you know what? It's finally clobbering time!
After all that, we have finally shown what Loki's grand secret plan has been this whole time. It has been to use the cosmic bricks to control Galactus in order to get him to eat Earth, and then Asgard to finally get his revenge, or whatever cliche villains want. However, the heroes can't do this on their own, so it's time to team up with the villains we have been battling this whole game, because if the world gets eaten, who are they going to cause trouble for? Finally, it is time for the very last mission. After watching this badass team-up shot of all the villains and heroes on the helicarrier, we begin our goal of taking down Galactus. This mission is set into 3 parts. The first 2 has us repairing the giant fans, propeller, blades, whatever you want to call them, on the helicarrier to keep it in the air. First we start with the left, then we do the right. Pretty basic stuff. Then the third part has us opening up a portal through time and space behind a Galactus, before giving him the secret Earth, Thor and Hulk 1-2 sucker punch combo and send him flying back into space. And with that, we finish the story and get our final story trophy. Okay, so now that the main campaign is done, it is time to move on to the bonus Deadpool missions and eventually replaying those missions for 100% and replaying the main story. Now there is a total of 11 Deadpool missions where I play as a number of different and unique characters for team-ups. Now most of these missions are locked behind a specific amount of gold bricks, so for now I'll just play through and 100% complete the 4 that I have available from the get-go. Like in this first mission where I played as Doc Ock and Agent Coulson for the first time, and playing as Coulson for the very first time actually got me my very next trophy. Doing these missions are important as they are the only way to get a hold of the Deadpool bricks, these red versions of the gold bricks. These bricks are how I unlock the special extras, but most importantly the stud multipliers. In these missions I also work towards the Stan-tastic and Ultimate True Believer for rescuing all the Stan Lees in peril and reaching the stud goal on every level. This includes the main story and bonus missions, so I have nearly 30 missions to fully complete, but for now let's just focus on our next trophy. I actually got this on my way to our next Deadpool mission. I was just going around and ticking a few collectibles off my list when I unlocked Black Cat, who for some reason has her own trophy. Now the next 2 trophies I got was post-credit party for playing through the House Protocol mission. This mission was pretty fun. Basically Iron Man decided to throw a giant party for the heroes as a way to celebrate them saving the world. Super fun. And we saw War Machine for the first time. Then I got the I Am Iron Man for unlocking all Iron Man suits. The next mission was really quick and had us playing as Spider-Man and Mr. Fantastic as they stopped Howard the Duck and the Vulture from robbing Marvel Studios. After playing that mission, I was able to then unlock Howard the Duck and my next trophy. Now that's all I have for story missions for now, and I won't mention them all, but just know that whilst I'm doing everything else in this video, I'm slowly working my way through all these missions, collecting all the gold bricks, character tokens and Stan Lees, and most importantly Deadpool bricks. But for now, it's time to replay the main story. Ultimately, there isn't much to say about these missions that I haven't already covered. Basically, I can just do anything now. If the mission needed Magneto before, now I can use them. If the mission needed the Hulk, but I was stuck with Spider-Man, well, no need to fret, dear viewer, because now I can use the big green guy. Oh, and just before I dive straight into these story missions, I made a quick stop over at Deadpool's room on the helicopter and read myself a comic book. I want to mention that despite the Deadpool Red Bricks and the minikits not having their own trophies, which is insane considering that there is 150 minikits alone, they are still important. As for the You Win a No Prize trophy, I need to reach that sweet 100%. Whilst replaying the Asgard mission, I managed to perform the special move between Wolverine and Colossus for that trophy. And in the next mission at the X Mansion, I managed to finally, with the help of stud multipliers, reach a total of 1 billion studs. After finally 100%ing the main story and finishing the final Deadpool mission, I got myself the trophy for finally getting all true believer statuses in the game. And like I said, even though they don't have trophies, I did get all minikits and all Deadpool Red Bricks. And with that done, it is now time to move on to the final cleanup remaining and then the sweet Platinum trophy. Okay, the first step to finishing up this game is to tidy up our trophy list. First thing I went for was the Sinister Six for unlocking all members of, you guessed it, the Sinister Six. I then went for the very similar trophy, Guardians of the Galaxy, for unlocking all of the Guardians. I then unlocked both the Brotherhood and Zoo Believer trophies at the same time for getting all traditionally evil mutants and all animal themed characters. And then I finished this little trophy group off by collecting the final Avengers member and the final traditionally good mutant. I then decided that before finishing off my Stan Lee and Perils, I would do a little drive-by past the Baxter Building, home of the Fantastic Four, of course, as Magneto in the Magneto reveal, because why not? And then I got the Don't I Know You trophy for equipping Captain America and the Human Torch, as they are both played by Chris Evans at some point. You had to actually get 2 controllers. You couldn't just set both characters as either one, but eventually I got it. I then managed to get 3 trophies related to Stan the Man Lee. Firstly, I finally saved him out of all his perils. This was more interesting than I thought it would be, as a lot of them are in the main missions, and there is 1 Stan Lee for every Deadpool mission as well. But there is over 20 of them in the main hub area that needs to be collected in a specific order. But eventually I did it and got that trophy. Completing all the Stan Lee and Perils also got me the Stan Lee character, which allowed me to get 2 more trophies. First for turning Stan Lee into his Hulk, and then this just so happened to be my final big figure transformation. Just after that, I also finally got the Puny God trophy for performing Hulk's special move on Loki. I then just had 1 trophy left to earn before our Platinum, and that was to earn 100%. This means I had to collect every character, every vehicle, every gold brick, every red brick, every true believer, and every Stan Lee. Most of these I already had, so the main focus was just the gold bricks and characters. This took quite a while, but eventually I got myself the Glitch 100% trophy, where I got everything in the whole game, but I had to load into and load out of the last mission as Galactus. Some people say it works as Stan Lee too. I don't know why this happens, but eventually I did get the 100% trophy. And then I finally got the Platinum trophy. So that was the Platinum experience for LEGO Marvel Superheroes. It was a lot of fun. There was definitely a few annoying moments and my game crashed at least 5 times across my Platinum, but it was still enjoyable nonetheless, especially since it only took me just over 30 hours to complete. I hope you all enjoyed this video, and if you did, then be sure to let me know what game I should Platinum next. Now the obvious choice is LEGO Marvel Superheroes 2 or even LEGO Marvel Avengers, but I'm open to all suggestions, LEGO or not. Just let me know down below. And of course, be sure to share this video around, like and subscribe, and I'll see you all next time.